Good morning everyone. Today we are going to discuss with the topic birds, which is our lesson number 6. In this chapter we will discuss about the following topics: introduction, features of birds like wings, feathers, beaks, feet, birds and their sounds, nest, caring for birds, bookwork. Now, introduction. Birds are animals whose bodies are covered with feathers. Birds live on land, on trees, and near seas or freshwater bodies. For example, flamingo, crane, sparrow, parrot, etc. Birds have a pair of wings and feet. Almost all birds can fly, but there are so many birds who are not able to fly. There are so many animals who have wings, they are able to fly, but they are not in the category of birds. For example, bats and flies. Now, the features of birds. The body of a bird is divided into three parts: head, trunk, and tail. In this picture, you are able to see head, beak, breast, leg, foot, eye, wing, feather, and tail. Birds have two pair of limbs: wings towards the front and the legs at the back. Birds have two eyes, one beak, and they don't have teeth. Birds have different legs with sharp claws, and these claws help them to perch on branches, scratch the ground, and hold the food. Now, the another property, another feature, that is birds lay egg. Now, the first feature, that birds have very special feature that help them fly, that is wings. Birds' wings are attached to their bodies by strong flight muscles, which help to move their wings up and down. Birds have boat-shaped, streamlined body, which help them to move in air and in water. Birds' bones are hollow, which make them very light, and they can move very easily. They can fly very easily. Now, the birds who can move very long distances, the crane and the red knot. Now, the birds who can fly very short distances, peacock and hen. In this picture, you are able to see the eagle and the white stork. They can fly at very high distances. The birds that can fly very low, the bulbul and the sparrow. They are the birds, ostrich and penguin. They are the birds who are not able to fly. They are flightless birds. Now, the another feature, that is feathers. The body of a bird is covered with feathers, which give them shape and make them colorful and help them in fly. There are three types of feathers: body feathers, down feathers, and flight feathers. Body feathers. It covers the body to give it shape. The another thing, the down feathers, they are very small, soft and fluffy feathers. Very young birds' body are covered only with down feathers. Means earlier the birds only have down feathers, which trap the body heat and keep them warm. Now the last one, the flight feathers. Flight feathers are present in wings and in tails of the birds, which help them to change their direction while flying. Feathers also help them in swimming. Aquatic birds have waterproof feathers which prevent them from getting wet. In this picture, you are able to see the body feather, flight and down feather. Now the another feature, that is beaks. Birds use their beaks to catch and eat food. In this picture, you are able to see the different kind of birds, and they have very different kind of beaks. Beaks are of different shapes depending on the kind of food birds eat. For example, sparrows, they have very strong beaks, so they can cut the food, crack the nut, and seeds. Hummingbird and the sunbirds, they have very long, narrow and pointed beaks so they can suck the nectar from flowers. The ducks. The ducks have broad and flat beaks with holes on the either sides so they can leave the worms, insects and plants in their mouth, and with the holes they can release the remaining water from their mouth. Birds use their beaks for cleaning their feathers, feeding their young ones. Now the feet. In this picture you are able to see the different kind of birds and they have different types of feet. Means the feet of, you can see the feet of woodpecker, duck, vulture, sparrow, crane. The birds have 2 feet with 4 toes, 3 of which face forward and 1 face backward. Feet are used to walk, hop, and catch their prey and to pick things. For example, crows, sparrows, and monas toes grip and hold the branches of the trees. Hens have very sharp and hard claws to scratch the ground because they usually find their food in the ground. Eagle and hawks, they have very sharp, strong, large and curved claws. That is also known as talons. Now the last, aquatic birds like duck and swan, they have webbed feet there so they can easily swim in the water. Now the birds and their sound. As we communicate with the other human being, birds also communicate with the other birds. They tell some news, they give some information to other birds in the form of calls and songs. The call or a chirp is made to warn others of danger so they can protect themselves. A song is a sound which is in musical. The cuckoos and the nightingales make such musical sounds. The parrots, as we are knowing about the parrots, that they can mimic like human sounds and they can speak like us. Now the nest. Birds make nests to lay eggs. In this picture you are able to see the different types of legs. Different birds make different nests. Birds use straw, thread, wool, twigs and strips of clothes to make their nest. In this picture you are able to see the birds has made the nest with the help of straw and the grasses. Birds hatch their eggs by keeping them warm, and when the baby is strong enough to fly, they leave their nest. Birds that travel very long distances to escape from cold conditions in search of food and to lay eggs are known as migratory birds. Siberian birds are the very best example of the migratory birds. Caring for birds. Bird feeding is an activity of feeding wild birds. Means those birds who live freely. They are not the pet birds. We provide them the food items like peanuts, grains, seeds, kitchen scraps, and water in the bowls can be kept in open spaces in the ground and the balconies. This we can do at our homes also so the wild animals can be cared by us. This is the last your book work that you all will fill in your book, and just please be careful about the where it is written capital, where it is written small. This is all about this lesson. Thank you so much.